Hello all, this is Scott Grove from GroovyMusicLessons.com, here today with, as you see in the title, yes, I've gone stark raving mad and blown a lot more money again. But hey, it's all in the good name of fun, and what's more important than fun? Okay, so a lot of fun today, put it that way. Yeah, we got the bad boy, well, pretty kind of the original. You'll get the story of a man named Brady here in a second. That's right, the old Kramer. The first available to the public, the axe bass, Gene Simmons axe bass, back when they actually looked like an axe, instead of like the currently available Cort stuff, which I have up here. I guess I don't have to just say up there. I can go like this and say here's a whole row of Gene Simmons axe stuff. Some of them are, two of them are Corts, two of them are not. Two of them are from the Spencer gifts, so they're signed and autographed from back then. Okay, so many contradicting stories about the axe bass. Some dude named Vegemite Sandwich or something that supposedly invented the first one, and then Steve Carr, who invented most of Kiss's specialty guitars, being the whole smoking axe, the UFO Les Paul looking thing that Ace would play. If you ever saw Paul Stanley's star-shaped guitar, Ace Frehley's miniature Explorer, and of course the great big huge axe bass. It was all completely, I mean, this thing was double thick if any bass there ever was, had blood all over it. Anyway, Steve Carr made 3 different axe basses, one of which ended up looking like what Gene's Kramer looked like, which was actually, let's see if I can even do this. Probably not, but I will set this up so they can show you what happened. You're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be one of those videos because so much happened. Okay, I'm just going to grab a Cort 6-string guitar because I can reach it. Anyway, you'll notice in a second when I pick it back up that axe bass does not have these silver things here at the top. It's like this whole part's cut off and it just goes up to the point, comes back down. But Gene Simmons, and see again here, they're just painted on, and this here is the limited edition to 50 with the EMG 81s and 85 Cort guitars, but it does not say Cort on them. That's why there's only 50 of them. It doesn't say it anywhere. Anyway, I know you're probably tired of hearing that unless this is your first time seeing this. But anyway, so Gene's basses, as far as his Kramers, had this on it. But the ones that came to us, the public, did not have those on it. Okay, so the Kramers, again, were the first production run axes. So Steve Carr, who invented all the Kiss guitars that were non-brand name, he passed away in 2006, so we don't get to find out for sure. You know, he's going to say he invented them, and VD, whoever the guy is, actually had a great looking axe bass, which Gene actually played on a video that you can see. If you ever watch Sure Know Something, do 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 do, that's not a Kramer. That's something altogether different. And it might be Steve Carr's, it might be the other guys. We don't know. Okay, so there's no way to know. So anyway, Gene ended up, first of all, with a 24 fret version like this, and from Kramer, this DiMarzio was way up here by the neck. All of the ones made by Steve Carr, for some reason, had one pickup, but way up here by the neck, so it would sound like a EBO by Gibson, the mud bass, which Gene used to use earlier, a double cutaway special version. That there are very few of, but then he filled in the hole and then moved the pickup way down here so it sounded nice and you know, bright instead of like, you know, that. So, anyway, so Gene always had a thing about moving his pickups around. And you'll see throughout the evolution of his axis. I mean, sometimes he painted everything black and left just a silver thing here. Actually went chrome looking, like the chrome bases he has now. But then at one point he actually just took this pickup, chucked it, filled it in, put in a set of P-base pickups right here in the middle. Okay, so one here, and with white covers. That didn't look good, so he put black covers on them later. But on the Sure Know Something video, you'll notice, if you go check it out, it shows it really quick, but whatever bass he was playing by Steve Carr or whoever, it actually had two humbuckers in it, one here and one here. What happened to it, nobody knows. But anyway, I will show you a excerpt from a magazine as soon as it gets here in like a day or two. I hate to split all this up, but I don't mind making a few videos, and I'm sure YouTube doesn't mind having this documented. Documented. That's what you get from a southern boy from the north. Yeah, I was born in Indiana, raised in Tennessee and Texas somehow. Okay, well, just on the road, but those states more than any. Okay, here's a wild thing. Again, these DiMarzios, as far as the production models, which is all we're worried about right now, not that anybody's worried about it, no, there was never 1,000 made. Gene jumped ship at 200 and went elsewhere. Okay, so then came Jackson and BC Rich, and then his own little supposed off company, which some of us know who it is now. But, so here's number 83. What happened with the basses is they made 13 basses to begin with, Kramer, for us public people, pubic people. And then after 13 came the very first 6-string version. So 14 is the lowest serial number of a 6-string guitar. Today I also, along with this, bought number 17 on the guitar version. It's right here. And then I've also got number 122 of the guitar version too. How much are these things? 10 grand each, folks. Guitar or bass or whatever you want. 10 grand is the going price. If you have a good one. If you got a crappy one, then it will all tell. So anyway, they ended up changing these pickups out from this to black ones to other ones to whatever, but eventually Gene ended up taking out these P-bass pickups that he had in his own, and finally went to EMG, and he's been there ever since. So anyway, so you'll see Gene with a few different ones, like the 20. He ended up sticking with the 20 fret basses is what he went with, not these 24 fret ones that we get. Okay, oddly enough, he went with the 20 fret bass. That's just because it's what he's been playing, you know. It's just everything was always shorter. He was, well, he don't know what to do with a few extra notes. He didn't know what to do with the ones he had. No, I'm just teasing. He did a fine job, I think. He messes up a lot, but more than the average guy, but does a nice job. Okay, now what you won't see all the time, and these are getting where they get weird too. You'll see black hardware on here. Okay, this one has, and I love the bridges on these. Yep, the roller bridges. You could put the saddles anywhere you want them, from side to side for string spacing, plus just the fact that they roll. Okay, the other thing being the black shallers that are stock on here. Okay, they switched pickups on the guitars and the basses and hardware as much as women change shoes in a day. Okay, so my two Axe guitars have two different pickups in them, but that's because of the way it was, not because of another screw up like happened with Ace's 300 Les Pauls. But oddly enough, it was with the same two pickups, which I'll show you in a little bit. Anyway, so to inform everybody, yes, the axe part, the blade, comes off. It's a separate piece. Okay, and no two of these are the same. There's not big mass production things back then to do these with. Okay, so you'll see Gene's axes have 4 notches in them, in the blades, usually. This one, 2, and 3, and they're all different. Okay, This here is just a little boo-boo that got fixed up by somebody along the line. Okay? So these are not, I mean, these are called executioner style basses, whereas the other ones are just, I don't know, they're just what they are. But these old ones are just so flippin' cool. Volume and tone, and you're ready to roll. Okay, so again, Ebonol fingerboard. Okay, man-made stuff, which is amazing. So you don't have to mess with it. Of course, the aluminum headstock, the aluminum neck. No truss rod, you don't need anything for such things. There are more than 2 screws under here, trust me. There are actually 3 that are really far apart from each other, and everything is all mounted into this. It's a beautiful thing. The one thing you're not going to believe me on, but I'll show it to you, is that the 6-string guitar, like here's the other 6-string guitar I bought today, right here. Okay, this guitar and this bass are exactly the same as far as the size of the body. They didn't change jack squat. Okay, so here's number 17 of all of them. So what happens is Gene would sign the blades after they were painted silver. Okay, and then they would cover over top of them with all the clear coats, and then they would just stick them on whatever. So that's why there was no rhyme or reason to when these came out, because that one I just held up to you here, okay, this says 81, he signed it in 81, number 17, but the actual number 122 I have down there later, way later, right, 100 guitars supposedly later, is in 1980. Okay, so no rhyme or reason. So he would just sign the blades and they would stick them on a bass or a guitar. It didn't matter. They are exactly the same size. No difference. None. I mean, this guitar has 1, finally, 2, barely, notches in the blade. Okay, so you've got 1 notch, nothing, 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 then all of a sudden a little bitty notch. Okay, then let me grab my other guitar. Like I said, they did each of these blades by hand. Here's the other guitar from 1980. Okay, there's 1 notch, very cool looking notch. Here's another notch, and another big old notch. I love this one. This is just gnarly looking. I mean, it just looks great. So if you go back and look at all Gene's basses, his specifically had 4 notches in each of them, and sometimes they would even start with another notch going up from right here. Okay, so where it starts to come down, then he'd have another notch or 2 coming up. So his were very different than the production ones. And again, these are just black here, and they added pieces on, painted them silver for Gene for his basses. Okay, so you see what's going on. Last thing, yes, like I said, all the blades on all these, were assembled later and it's screwed on, just a screw down at the bottom. 1 big screw here. You're like, where? I'll show you. On the sides of these instruments, here's one of the guitars. I've got these all torn apart at the moment. Okay, you'll see these chrome plugs right there. That's just a plug covering up the holes, and then way down deep in some of these, well, in all of them, but I will show you how I've got them hooked up today. So bear with me, there's some cool stuff here. A lot of you won't get to see these, and I am more than happy, honored to put these up here for people who finally want closure on these, and what's what. And people are like, are you supposed to be able to take the blade off so you can sit down and play? Think it through, people. Electronics are mounted in the blade. You cannot take the blade off because your electronics will go with it. So no, it's not why they're detachable. Okay. Here on this guitar, I've got on the guitar that I got today and the bass I got today, I have the plugs removed because I'm going through everything. Right now you'll see here on the edge, right here is where it stops, but there's like, there you go, it's a dowel type of thing. That's wood, so that's like a dowel rod that fits in there, so you have to get in there and pull that out. The next one back has a dowel. If you can see this, I will make sure you can see this. Way down in there. Okay. There you go. So that dowel is way down there. But all you gotta do is turn it upside down, knock it, and they will come out. Revealing what, you say? The Phillips head screw that holds in the blade. Here is the base. Okay, let's do the same thing so you can see how this works. There you go. Dowels are taken out. There is one Phillips screw, and there is the other way down there. Then you just put the dowels back in, put the chrome plug back on, and you're back in business. You hide it, and there you go. So that's the way they were made. Okay, so how are these? They're great. They simply are great. Do you get the Gene tone? If you want it, you can have it. You have to just, have some kind of amp that will distort or put on a distortion pedal. Because Gene was huge on distortion on his bass. Still is. He just don't play clean. He used to play all the Ampeg SVTs for so long, and then he went to different things, and who knows what he actually uses. Right now on the current tour, there's no amplifiers at all on stage, so they're all using in-ear monitors, and the amps are hidden off the stage, which is the way it's been forever, because Kiss don't use amps on stage. But if you remember right, they, all their amps were always fake. The cabinets were fake. There'd be 300 Marshall cabinets on stage. They're not real. And hell, even when they came out with all the LED stuff just 10 years ago, they would simulate, it would look like a whole bunch of cabinets on stage, but then all of a sudden they would light up and it'd be LEDs and fake speakers moving in. Or whenever you saw the days when there were real amps on stage, they were the Marshall half stacks that had the paper cones and the paper dust covers. If you saw like a JBL dust cover, meaning the chrome dust covers, those were fake dummy cabinets. Okay, so you'll see a lot of those, especially around the Hot in the Shade tour. Just tons of cabinets everywhere, just scattered, some laying on their back, some laying sideways, cornerways, or the stuff right after the Revenge tour. Tons of cabinets with tons of metal dust covers in the middle of the speakers. Those are the fake cabinets. The real amps are just the little 50 watt or 100 watt Marshall half stacks setting up there, and they would just play through one and have in-ear monitors, and they hear fine. So same thing now. They've got the amps down behind the back of the stage, or sometimes they put the amps under the stage, and they just hear what's coming through their ear monitors. Okay, so let's check this out, and I will show you some other stuff. I've got the bass strapped on, so let's hear it once and for all. Then I'll do a few more facts for anybody who cares to see them. Do the body comparison, size, side by side, and also let you know that, show you the cases and so forth, and how ridiculous it actually is that one is so much bigger when the bodies are actually exactly the same size, and the necks aren't much bigger other than about 2 frets, so the scale length on these is not huge. Okay, so here's the bass. I'm playing through this little tiny, yes, because it's Rosie sleep time again, Heart Key Kickback 12. Just got an Alesis 3630 compressor on top of it, and we're going at very low volume. I'm going to dime the volume and tone. Okay? See if I can get a little more without getting much thrown at me. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's just a great sounding bass, clean as all get out, and yeah, they actually made up for it because they knew that putting the bridge way back here by the bridge would be exceptionally bright and blow your head off. So they made up for that in the capacitor that's installed, so that it sounds nice and full, and it's not just biting your head off. Tone. Halfway. just for you all. I keep speaking of sure know something. I finally just decided to sit down for, what was it, 15 seconds of the beginning of it and go ahead and learn it last night, since I was going to go ahead and talk about it. So if I get it right, I'm better with my fingers than I am with a pick. See if I can actually play with the damn pick. Okay, so pretty cool. Sounds like magic touch there. The magic touch. Pretty cool. But man, it's just a great axe. Again, no truss rod needed because it's aluminum, strong as steel. You cannot, will not break this neck, and it will not go out. You never need to adjust it, no matter what the temperature. Sure, if it gets a little bit cold, it feels a little cold as soon as you play it. It warms right up, folks, especially when you used the lighting cans that were around back then. So it's just a great bass. Works like it's supposed to. Plugs in the back. Switchcraft jack. Speaking of in the back, here's what you have. Anybody wants the actual serial number for any websites that are looking for these, that should give you the serial number. Yes, these are USA made things, not Gibson owned bullshit. I don't think you need to hear it anymore. Hell, that's good. But it's just, it's clear as a bell. Plays. I mean, you look. Well, look at that action. That's here. Okay. Not bad. And of course you can adjust the bridge. It's got plenty to go. So, and of course the relief is exactly as it's supposed to be, because it can never ever be changed. So it's perfect. So there you go, the Gene Simmons axe bass that you guys and I can buy if you have that kind of cake laying around. So again, to remind y'all, these, like I said, the run away if you ever find these, because they're faked a lot, but the signatures and the numbers and so forth are underneath all of the stuff, all the clear coats, so they cannot rub off. If you see the signature on top, it's a fake. Okay, if the blade does not come out like I just showed you, it's a fake. You can just look right here and tell that the blade, yes, it will disassemble. No, disassemble number 5. Okay, a little short circuit thing, but you can look right there. I mean, that's just how the blade goes in. This is the way the blade goes in, the blade goes in, the blade goes in. Little tiny back part that's finger pop pop. Finger pop 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 pop. I hate that stuff too. But I know you don't want to see my big old belly, but I can't stand my instruments being dirty. Okay, so 24 frets. The fart fret, I love this. 0 frets are the most beautiful thing in the world. Again, even if they didn't have it with the aluminum nut here, it would sound great. Open notes sound like your fretted notes. You've heard me say it a million times. Okay, so again, black shallers, black bridge. 90% of them will have chrome bridges, chrome hardware all over. I will show you these last couple things to be done with this. Let's just put this on the ground where it needs to be. But, okay, here you go. Kramer axe bass, Kramer axe guitar. They are actually, here, let's do them just like this, right by each other. They are, I mean, 100%, let me try to hug them up right up against each other. They are identical in size. So it's the exact same body, exact same everything. The neck pocket is the same neck pocket. I mean, it's the same right here. Here's the back of the guitar, neck pocket. Okay, you see all that extra room? That's to dig it out for the bass. But otherwise, the actual big pocket that's there, you know, that's not cut out yet, but the way when they go cut this is identical. So they cut away a lot more for the bass, but they just use the exact same body 100% for the bass and for the 6-string guitar. Now, knowing that, this is the last thing, then I'm out of here for this. And just to mention this other thing that I had mentioned too, I know I keep coming up with crap. DiMarzio is always a screw up. Seems to be over and over. But here's the axe guitar I had from last week that I bought. Has the PAF DiMarzio style. You'll see the, sorry about this, the screws and then the pull pieces on here. And then the one I got today definitely has the super distortion in it, but they never say in the ads which pickup it has. It just says powered by DiMarzio. So you're going to get shallower hardware sometimes, you're going to get other kinds sometimes, you're going to get chrome, you're going to get black, you're going to get different color pickups on the basses too, different color hardware on the basses too, different pickups on the basses as well. Okay, last thing is just the case. Here's the guitar case. Okay, it's just like any other Kramer case from the 70s and like around 80 and 81. Then they changed them. They were no longer this color. But, there it is. It's pretty much perfect. Got your door for anybody who can see this crap. Okay, so you got your thing here. So that's for the guitar. Okay, so guitar. Okay, let's do stereotypes for blacks and whites. White folks usually play guitar. Black folks usually play bass. What? Yeah, it's true. You saw that episode of South Park where Token had his bass in the basement and he didn't think he could play it, but Eric Cartman said, oh, all black people play bass. Token went and sure enough there was a bass and an amp down in the basement. It's like, go ahead and play. He's like, I can't play. He's like, play. Butters is jamming and all of a sudden Token just grabs a groove and starts going. He's like, ah, god damn it. You know, just prove the stereotype right. Okay, so I'm going to prove another stereotype right. White people on guitar. There's your case. My homies. You guys got, yours is so much bigger. For the same thing. You know, it's just like a dick, but it's bigger. Okay, so there you go. There's that part. So the case is actually wider and bigger, but for no reason on the wider part, other than it would look funny being really long and really skinny. But, yeah, it's the exact same body, folks. I just showed you. Same body, same neck, or same body, same everything, same blade. But there's your difference. Do we have them side by side in the picture? Yeah, you see it. But let's do this one more time. Let's go to the headstock end. And I'm going to put the bodies right flat on the ground again, right next to each other again. And there's that. Now let's see what we can do about the whole damn thing. Here's the head. Ah, shit, that worked out great. Hope we didn't have a fucking connection. Anyway, the bodies are lined up. Here's the top of the headstock of the guitar. Here, where the top of my middle finger is, and where my thumb is where the top of the headstock of the bass is. I know it's hard to see, but it's the top of this headstock comes up to the nut on the bass. So there is a headstock difference. But the guitars, yes, resting comfortably against each other at the exact same size. So, that is about it, okay? So, Gene Simmons basses, anybody want to know anything? Give me a shout if I have my comments disabled, which I do with every single video after 2 weeks, because mainly I can't stand to talk to most of you, which is why. But you can always PM me or just PMS me or write to me via my email at GroovyDJs, same thing as my screen name here, and how retro I'm at AOL.com. Yes, I still use it and I love it much better than everything else. So my screen name, GroovyDJs at AOL.com. You can just write me direct. if the comments are shut off, and ask me whatever you want to ask me about all this. But yeah, expect 10 grand for any of these. It's just the way they are. These particular ones and 2 other guitars that I bought today, I actually got them from Romans. Kind of. These came from a lady whose collection out in Georgia. She just put them on Roman's site, or told them if anybody's ever looking for some Kiss guitars to let them know, and then they would ship it to that store. Then I drove there today to go pick the guitars up. But I actually bought a few really cool axes there today. One I have to wait 6 weeks to show you, but it's a Rain Song Black Ice composite guitar for out here in the summer heat and winter whatever, but never have to adjust the truss rod, never have to adjust anything. It will never crack like the Taylors or Martins. Sounds great. So they're going to build it specially for me to my specs, because they don't make one yet the way I want it, so that costs more. And then I paid 10 grand again for another bass today, which I'll show you in a little bit, but from Mr. Greg Kerbo, who passed away in 2005, actually this month, August 13th of 2005, he passed away. That's when this was made, or there in 2005. But there you go, 33 frets on that puppy, and this is the meanest sounding bass you'll ever hear. So the Kerbo Petite, I mean this Rockwood, of course, is what he used on everything. But this is one of the meanest basses in the entire world. I went there expecting to buy a Moonstone or possibly a Olympic. I was trying the Stanley Clark stuff, which was all cheaper, you know, half the price of this. And I ended up with this because the guy asked me, says, "What's that feel like?" And I just picked it up just because I wanted to check it out. And I said, "Man, it feels like home." And that's when you buy an instrument. So this one I will play. I'll play the wholly $10,000 out of it. The other ones will sit on the wall. Some kid wrote me the other day, yesterday, "Who the fuck are you to spend that kind of money on guitars and then hang them on the wall and never play them? That's not fair. There's kids out there that don't have any money." And it's like, shut the fuck up and get a job. Go to work. It's like, who are you to have any money and buy anything? I'm a guy who works for my shit, so to that kid, good Lord. So yeah, big spending day today. Enough to buy a couple nice cars. And I still drive the same two cars in the van. The 2 cars have 300,000 miles each on them. The old Toyota, I don't even know what the hell it's called. It's like the smallest, cheapest one you can get. I don't remember it. You guys will tell me. Tercel, little green. It used to be green. Now it's like silver because all the paint has chipped off and melted off out here, and tires pop on it all the time because it gets 118 degrees for 2-3 months at a time out here. So I'll leave all that up to you, or to me just being goofy. But there you go, the Kramer axe bass. Again, just the pinnacle of any Kiss collector's stuff. You know, it's like I've got all the good stuff now. Got the original 78 Paul Stanley stuff, lots of PS10s now, the cracked mirror stuff, the Ace Frehley Les Paul 1 of 300, which really sucks ass, but you know, I've got it. So I've got all the Kiss stuff for the most part. I'm sure there's a few that I'll still grab if they become available. You know, like the Washburn Ace Frehley AF40. A lot of times those things are fetching $40,000 for a Washburn. You heard me. So anyway, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Go check it out. Get free lessons. Get free reviews. Of course, the reviews are free. The reviews pay our tax exemptions. So these guitars are now tax exemptions, totally 100% write-offable because I did that review. Ain't that beautiful? I love how that works. And then I get kind of free toys. So that's all it's asked of me to do, and I did it. So enjoy that, and I hope you like the fact that there's flipping axes everywhere. So I got 3 original Gene Simmons axes. Again, the basses, there were 175 made. Let me get you this for anybody that's still sticking around. And I know I laid it right in here today. I asked for this from Chicago Music Exchange because it said it was going to come in the case, and it didn't. But that's when I gave them the 10 grand for this. And 6 weeks later I got it, but we needed to have a pickup rewound by Lindy Frolin. And they even gave me the extra DiMarzio Super Distortion with it. But for people who don't believe me and have always wondered this shit, here is your proof, okay? This came with that guitar down there from Chicago Music Exchange from Kramer in 1985, and I will read this to you. Bill Jackson, I guess the guy that owned that guitar first. Okay, talking about this guitar. Okay, we already have established, I'm not reading from the letter, but from other sources we've established that there were only 200 instruments made total of the 1,000. Gene was supposed to sign the first 1,000, and then they were supposed to keep on producing more, and he would just sign the first 1,000. Of course, again, only 200 were built, period. 175 basses and 25 guitars. That is it. That's the definitive number. No less, no more. Okay, so if you need the facts, I am here with not Scott's version of the facts. You guys think I make up shit all the time. I don't make up jack squat. No, if anybody thinks I make up any of this stuff, you are just that, sorry, you're that fucking retarded. I will tell you if I'm making shit up. If stuff is real, not to me, but if it is real, I will tell you that it's real. And I don't lie for jack shit. Okay, so again, from the desk of Kramer in 1985, when Bill Jackson, down there in Texas, wrote to Kramer, who made these guitars. He wrote about his guitar, that one down there, number 122. Hell, I don't care. Dear Bill, thank you for your letter of November 1st, 1985. We certainly appreciate your interest in the Kramer music products. In response to your inquiring about the Gene Simmons axe, I have written the following information. I hope it will be of some help to you. There were 25 built. The retail price was $799. Thank you again for your consideration of Kramer. Sincerely, A-L-Y-N-E, Gustad. It's like Alan Gustad. And here we go. Also here, I've received your second letter concerning your Gene Simmons axe, and I have the following information. Okay, I don't know if you can read this shit or not. The total number of axes built, both bass and guitar versions, was about 200. All of the instruments were autographed by Gene Simmons, all of them. However, we did not build 1,000 of them. As you can tell, we only built about 200. The type of pickup used in the axe is a DiMarzio PA. So that is what is in the axe that I showed you that he was asking about. Super Distortion in the one I bought today. So they changed even within the 25 axes built, axe guitars. The fingerboard used on the guitar is ebenol, which is a synthetic compound resembling ebony. I hope I have answered your questions about your guitar. If not, please call me at 1-800-221-1483. Again, same guy. P.S. Do you want your photo back? So here you go, and all the Kramer information across the bottom. Again, this is it. I mean, straight from Kramer. If you people out there saying, no, there's 500 of them. Fuck no, there ain't. Right there it is, kid. So, again, Scott Grove with the proof. No bullshit. Again, I know you guys always ride my ass, think I got smoke up my ass to blow up air, but fuck, if I have to back it up, I'll back it up. Okay? Whatever you guys need. I've got links for everything, or letters from every damn thing. I don't do this to be wrong. I don't do it to look a fool. You know, even though sometimes I just do because I am a goofy fucker and I'm never going to grow up. I'm like Peter Pan, but I don't blow shit. If you don't understand it and if you don't believe it, plain and simple, you are wrong. That's the way it is. Okay? If it's my opinion, I will give it to you and I'll let you know it's an opinion. If it's a guess, I'll let you know if it's a guess. If it's fact, I will say, this is the fucking way it is. And if you don't believe me, it's your own fault. And you can run around being as stupid as you want because you've been doing it your whole life anyway. I didn't know all this stuff always. I do my research all day, every day. It's just what I love. So, and I pass it on to you. Ta-da! There you go. It's like herpes. Now you're contagious. You know the facts. Now you can say without a doubt, all these Kramer sites, there's about 500 of them. Fuck no, there ain't. Got it right from the people right there in the correct administration or management and all that at the same time, right after Gene left in 81. So that was written in 85, so they had it fresh on their logbooks. So there is the actual numbers, despite what 80% of things online say, because 80% of shit online is like Wikipedia. It's bullshit and people just throw numbers out there for whatever reason. They hear it in a chat room or a, what do you guys call your shit, forums, and they hear it in there and they take it as gospel and they spread it like a bunch of, again, like herpes. And you guys believe that shit. You don't want to find out on your own. I find out and I spread the word. So again, if you don't believe me, fuck y'all. I tell you the truth. And I'm not saying fuck y'all like being mean. It's like, why look a gift horse in the mouth when I'm telling you the truth on everything? Okay, so there you go. Gene Simmons Act stuff, bunches of them. I'm going to put them all back together and I'm going to enjoy the holy $30,000 out of this shit and then play with my Kerbo now and go do a review of it and have a damn good time and then wait for my, my cool carbon graphite rain song to get here. Can't wait to get that thing and quit playing the Taylors and the Martins and have a guitar that I can actually play somewhere without it blowing apart out here in the desert. So, bye. Take care, folks. And again, trust Scott. I'm your friend, people. If I'm your enemy again, or if you hate me, that's because you have an issue with something yourself. Most people think I'm arrogant or whatever. No, the thing is I'm pissed off because you don't trust me. I mean, why should you trust me? Because I tell the truth. Again, I know I'm stuck on this thing, but fuck, it pisses me off. I don't make a... what do I have to gain by telling you falsehoods about anything? Just because I don't put shit out here that I don't know is right. If I think I'm going to go in there and, you know, till I get hard evidence, and then I'll come back and tell you what's what. But if I do have to guess about something, I'm going to tell you that it's a educated guess because I tried. Okay, so again, if you hate me because I'm, what, belligerent, I think I know it all, man, I do fucking know a lot. And why question it when all these people in the forums are telling you such bullshit and they have, most of them are 12 and they're pretending to be girls and they're spanking their monkey to it anyway because you're trying to hit up on them. It's sick, but it's the way the world is. But come here and get educated for real. I know my shit, so there you go. Again, if you don't want to come to me, don't. Go be stupid your whole life. I don't care. I didn't raise you. I don't have to employ you. I do this as a service. I have nothing, zero, zilch, nada, squat, no payola, nothing, if you believe me. I don't get nothing from it. No respect, no anything. I don't hear from most of you again, except the only people I hear from, again, are gamers who suck. Skaters who suck. Heavy metal heads are getting a little bit better. They understand that we're all musicians and we're just into different shit. Different shit works for us, but facts are facts, and fags are fags. And so those that keep on hitting me up, I am straight and I'm married, so honestly, I don't mind gay people, but fags that are to fall over the place and flamboyant, no, stay the fuck away. Exit only, folks. So again, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Go there, get all kinds of free cool stuff, and if you're not too much of a tight ass, pay for something every now and then, alright? That's the truth. I live off of paid lessons. You can have all the free ones you want. Those are teasers and gifts. But I will not lie and say that I don't hope that you'll donate the $5 that you'll see there later for the free lessons if you want to donate for the few hundred hours of free lessons. But if you want to invest in some paid lessons too, hey, yeah, that pays for these guitars that I get to tell you the truth about. So, off with your heads. Aye. I mean, this is great shit. Go out there. I'm not going to leave any for you. Only 25 of these axes in the world on the guitars. Most of them are beat to shit or destroyed, and I've got 2 out of 25. Oh, how fucking great is it? And that's from giving guitar lessons online. People say, what do you do to make your money? That's what I do. I teach lessons online. I haven't made any new paid lessons in like 2 years. So I keep getting paid for the same old stuff, just like everybody else, but it's good shit. Yes, my paid lessons are better than my free lessons. I don't cuss during them, so go get some good shit. Anyway, yeah, I talked an extra half hour after I quit talking about what I came here. That's what I do. Again, people always, oh, Scott's faking about stroking out and being a total fuck up and being brain dead too. It's like, dudes, if I wouldn't, that's one thing I wouldn't make fun of. You know, you shouldn't make fun of anybody with any kind of diseases or anything wrong with their health. That is sick and wrong, and fuck you for anybody who still believes that shit. And yeah, I read all these people come to me and they're like, Scott, they're talking about you again on whatever forum. It's like, of course they do. They're 12, whether they're 80 or 50 or they are 12. Stay the fuck out of the forums. It will just get you in trouble. Any forum will get you in trouble. They're all just like a bunch of cackling fucking hens, like on the Talk or the View. It's like, who's going to be Whoopi today? Who's going to be, you know, it's like, get out of that shit. People go live, you've got a short life, trust me. I mean, mine's cut off short anyway. I've got like a year or two, I've been told. I've got it in writing if anybody wants to see it. I've got all the brain scans from Mayo clinics and every place. If you want to see any medical records and you want this shit to be proved to you, just fucking ask. Again, I tell the truth all the time. I'm Scott Grove. That middle name Allen, A-L-L-A-N. I live in Mesquite, Nevada, not St. George. No matter what anybody will tell you, not in Utah. I will not live over in Plague country. So you can have anything you want. You can have my phone number. It's online. But don't call it or I'll fucking kill you. But that's for a different company that I run. So, ta-da! It's all the fucking truth, and I'm here to help. Enjoy the free handouts. This is documented shit that nobody else has. Nobody has these. Nobody. And nobody, if anybody does, they're not putting them on here. Okay, so I'm the only guy you got to come to, and I just showed you on the letters from Kramer that debunks 80% of the facts that are out there on these guitars. So, duh, there you go. Merry Christmas. And believe it or not, I love doing this. It's just some of you peckerheads are just total douchebags. Okay, so if you can't say something nice, get the fuck out of my face. It don't mean don't say anything at all. You can go say whatever you want to some other piece of shit, but I won't take it. I'll just, you know, tell you that I'll come and kill you and your family. And I do that to a lot of people because I would love to. Whether I will or not remains to be seen. I'll leave it at that. Okay, you think that's funny? Who knows? With my mind, it may happen. I don't know. But enjoy, okay? Bye.